Welcome everyone, thank you for coming out today. You know, we got a little bit of small crowd today, so we're just getting started. It's okay, no worries. How you guys doing? We got 3 people here, we got another people in the back too. How you doing? So, all that I want you to think too today is that don't be too focused on the contents of what I'm saying, right? Be focused on how I'm saying, because I'm very passionate about this. This is something that is close to my heart, and I'm here because it's important to me. So, all right. Imagine a world where the revolutionary tech like internet, Web3, NFTs, and the metaverse aren't just about making a profit, but instead about turning digital tokens into hope, transforming code into compassion, and changing the lives of people who need a helping hand. I'm here to show you how we're making that vision into a reality. Video, please. That's some echo on the audio. Yeah, I think we got some echo on the audio. Okay, so sorry for the echo on the audio there. I don't know what's going on, but yes, so Full Play NFT is where it all started. This is the Full Play project. If we could go to the next slide here. There we go. Using Web3 and NFTs to feed hunger instead of greed is basically the premise of what I'm trying to do here. Because as we've seen, obviously a lot of us have seen the ups and downs of the market, and there's been so many projects that have come into the space with no intention other than just to make a profit, which it's okay, you know, here and there, but we still need a balance, right? We still need some projects out there that are actually doing something to give back to the community. So I try to do that here. Now, oh, wait a minute. Hold on, sorry. Oh wait, actually, you know what? Let's go back to this. So let's get serious for a second, because this is a cute picture of me and my wife, but this is actually just before my stepfather and I got into another one of our fights. And things got pretty bad, and I had to leave the house. And I was sleeping in my own car for a few weeks and dealing with homelessness myself. So this is, again, something personal to me, because I've seen people on the streets and how they're struggling and dealing with all these things. So thankfully though, my wife and her family were kind enough to take me in, and I was able to get myself back on my feet and start building the projects like you see today. So homelessness is an unnecessary reality, right? It's something that we can actually change together. It's something that is actually a problem that people, you know, see and recognize as a problem, but we don't actually do anything about it. So during and after the COVID-19 pandemic, homelessness obviously continued to rise. You know, we had the people who had 2 houses, we had to downgrade to 1 house, right? People who had a larger house had to downgrade to a smaller house, or 1 house to an apartment. But most people who were living, barely surviving paycheck to paycheck, went from having housing to no housing at all. And it's difficult to get out of that cycle. So people who are experiencing this have, oftentimes they feel no other choice but to turn to things like drug and sex trafficking and crime. And that causes increases in those going along with homelessness. So if we want less crime and less drug trafficking and sex trade, stuff like that, right? We should also be focusing on bringing down homelessness rates. So the chart on the left here that you see shows recent figures going for people accessing homelessness services, starting back in 2015 all the way up to 2022, which is the most recent data. And it's expected to continue to increase because of all these multiple factors, which I'll get to in a second in this next slide. So with the chart that you saw, for the past few years since the pandemic, homelessness services have been accessed in an increase of 35.5% each year. And if it continues at that rate, that means the figure for this year, 2023, will be 49,900 people, roughly 50,000 people who will need access to homelessness services. So that's 50,000 people who will be out there struggling, who you probably saw walking into this building today. And they need access that are to services that are already overflowing. So what can we do, right? We also have a similar problem that compounds onto it. Migrants from other countries who are coming here as refugees are in need of services as well. But also too, we have the people coming in through the Mexican border who are actually also needing services. And instead of getting services down there where they're coming through, they're actually being sent here by bus to Chicago and ending up in police stations like you see in the picture here. This is actually in District 12 station of Chicago on May 17th. So this is still happening to this day. We have many different people sleeping within police stations and now 10 cities because these stations are overflowing. So if we just continue to let this happen, it's only gonna get worse. We have some solutions, right? Now, it's gonna take time, it's gonna take effort, right? But I already started the first steps and I'm willing to continue and see, for other people who are willing to help me, because we have the food and supplies donations, which is our main focus right now. Providing food, toiletries, tents, clothing, heating supplies, things that you would need to survive outside, especially in the harsh Chicago winters, right? We also, going beyond that, will have assistance for rehabilitation and job sourcing and income generation. Because rather than just giving people food and expecting the problem to solve itself, we want to help give these people solutions, right? Help them get out of addictions that they're facing and get into jobs and even careers where they can develop income for themselves, like with this technology that we've all come to this conference for to talk about. So also beyond that step, we go to temporary and sustainable housing villages. So people need a place to stay, right? We can't just have them in the streets, in the tents. We have to put them somewhere. So why not give them a decent place to live where they have 6 months to 1 year term, no payments, anything like that. However, we work with them with the services that we've created to get them on their feet and get them to a point where they can find permanent housing for themselves and no longer have to face the harsh winters out in the cold. So introducing the Full Plate Project to address those issues by helping people in need one full plate at a time. Now, it's a multi-pronged approach, right? Because we have multi-issues that we have to approach, right? So we have Full Plate NFT, which is the very first project that I initiated with this, and it's going to expand into the others. And basically the way that it worked is I created an NFT collection. I started on the Tezos blockchain, but now I moved over to Matic. And I kept it on these secondary layer blockchains now because it's a lot cheaper than having it on Ethereum, because I don't want the majority of the money going to blockchain gas fees than going to donations. So the NFTs then have 80% of all NFT sales, including royalties, which is a 50% royalty on secondary sales. All of that goes towards donations. And then the extra 20% is to help continue to run the project. We also have metaverse auctions where I've actually gone in and built different stages and platforms and spaces for us to have events to actually enjoy music and have our art all out there. And we auction artwork and use 100% of the funds from that auction for donation as well. So for those auctions, we have a lot of people who sponsor things like that. And also too, going beyond that, because we can't just address the food issue, we have to go beyond that. We have Full Plate Fresh Start. So Full Plate Fresh Start is addressing that issue I talked about with helping people find addiction counseling services and completing them, helping them find job sourcing and income generation, stuff like that. And then moving on to Full Plate Pathway Homes for those temporary housing structures that I mentioned. So those three are the first initial pronged approach of the project, but it will continue to expand beyond that. I do have other ones as well. But really what I want to focus on is the revolutionary tech that connects it all together, right? again, the reason why we're here at this conference at East Chicago. So blockchain and spatial computing, right? These are very incredible technologies that I really feel like people are underestimating so much. And we can use them to make, collections of donkeys and tutus, which is, it's cool, it's great, but we can also use it to do something productive for society. So it has everything completely secure and transparent, right? Everything is tracked through the blockchain, so you see where the donations are, how much is in the wallet, everything like that. Anytime that something comes out of the wallet, all of those records are put up on the records section of the website, and anyone can access them at any time. So that's another issue that a lot of charities and nonprofits do face. I have nothing against them, but that is something that people worry about. Is my dollar really going to what they say they're doing? Right. So also we have the receipts, everything that goes along with when I actually convert the crypto to US dollars to buy the food also goes into the record section. And of course, the spatial computing aspect with the metaverse concerts and auctions. So we've already had a few, and they were really exciting. You get in there with your little avatar, dress them up, you get some costumes and stuff. You even get to dance around, right? And it's a different experience. But when, especially like during the pandemic, when you can't go out, right, or people who are across the world and aren't able to come to East Chicago and stuff like that, you can have an experience for them where they feel like they're part of it still. And we have the concert aspect, so it's not just so serious. We're not just focusing right on, oh man, homelessness, and oh, it's so bad, right? We have some time, okay, hey, let's enjoy this, let's have some fun too, and also get some serious stuff done. And 100% again from all those auctions are used for donation. And if anyone is interested in sponsoring the auctions, we do accept sponsors. Anybody who wants to perform at the auctions as well, we do live streams where you can do a recording. And yeah, just anyone who wants to take part, you're more than welcome to. So just some final thoughts I want to have for you guys today. Basically, for some of us, it is difficult to truly empathize with people experiencing homelessness because you simply never had to struggle that badly. And some of us feel like they have struggled that badly, but really have you like literally lay it out in the cold, right? That's a whole other thing. However, keep in mind, many people living on the streets are there because of health issues and disabilities, both mental and physical, that they can't afford treatment for or can't find it for. And because of the lack of help given to a soldier returning home from war, right? That often happens too. We see a lot of veterans who are out there not getting the help that they need. And even because of life-changing events that are completely out of your control, that take everything away from you, and it can happen to any one of us, wouldn't you want someone to help you? Thank you.